Hey guys, it's me Suja over here. Welcome back to another video. So this is my day 2 here in Saigon. I'm going back tomorrow to the countryside. I'm here right now at District 1 and I thought of making this video. I want to talk about what most expat YouTubers don't talk about Vietnam. So as you know that my channel is straight up no BS. I like to speak my mind. I like to give you the reality of staying in Southeast Asia, namely Vietnam and Thailand. So I don't like to sugarcoat my channel. The name of my channel is called as Sujo in Vietnam. I've been living in Vietnam for over 7.5 years now. I think I'm completing 8 years. I used to be an English teacher before in Vietnam for over 4.5 years, and then I started my digital marketing online business, and I'm also a full-time YouTuber. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, you can hit the subscribe button, and that way you can support my content. And it's very hot today. I'm here right now in Saigon, District 1. Just trying to rehydrate myself. If you're staying in Southeast Asia, you know, the heat can really get on to you, you know, so always make sure to drink a lot of chilled water to rehydrate yourself, because it gets really sunny and it gets really very hot, you know. Hold on a minute. I think the shoe shine guy is out here. So hello my friend, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, say hello to my audience. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, xin chào.
Xin chào.
Okay.
Later.
Later. Maybe next time. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You guys know. All right. Bye bye. All right. Okay. So let's talk about what most YouTubers don't talk about Vietnam. Now, I know that there are a lot of these expat YouTubers, Western YouTubers, who were actually English teachers out here in Vietnam, and then they started making YouTube channels out here and started talking about things to do in Vietnam, what to eat in Vietnam. And getting very much into detail, and even, you know, like there's this YouTuber guy, Western YouTuber, I think he's very short, he's like I think 5'5". He used to live in Texas before. He couldn't make it in America, so he flew down all the way to Vietnam, got married to a Vietnamese, and, you know, became a national icon out here in Vietnam. Of course, his channel is tailored more towards the Vietnamese audience, right? But that's all right, you know, I mean, but it's very rare. Like if I go through YouTube, it's very rare to find content which really talks about Vietnam, you know, what's really going on in Vietnam. I'm not talking about politics, but I'm talking about things like, you know, the racism problem out here in Vietnam, you know, like the white privilege, you know, like there's a lot of white privilege which is being worshipped out here in Vietnam. And, you know, a lot of these Western expats and Europeans, you know, like who have white skin, they come out here to these regions, and, you know, they get 5-star treatment, you know, like gold standard treatment, just because they're white tourists. Yeah, so a lot of white privilege, and how certain foreigners, you know, people of color, you know, like me, you know, like we get discriminated out here if we go to any nice restaurants or bars, or, you know, like coffee shops and all that. That is not being talked much about out here in Vietnam, you know, like, you know, it's very rare to find expat YouTubers covering this topic, right? And of course there'll always be these naysayers and these keyboard warriors creating fake YouTube accounts and commenting, oh, there's nothing going on out here like that, you know, this is just your personality, you know, just to wipe their ass so that they can enjoy their white privilege status, right? So and of course, you know, what is like going on, like the underbelly out here in Vietnam. Let's take for example in Saigon, like the reality, of exposing certain locations out here in Saigon, like the reality, the scams, the mistreatments, jacking up prices. Like maybe if you're, I mean, I would love to see a YouTuber doing these undercover videos, going to Japantown, maybe getting a little spy cam or something, moving around, or maybe an expat, who's a person of color, maybe maybe an expat who's got dark brown skin, maybe an Indian expat or whatever, just who's like really got like just walking around in Ho Chi Minh, spending a week or two, documenting himself or herself, the challenges, and of course, maybe booking in some hotels, maybe with Agoda, and just trying to see, like what are the flaws going around with the hotel, like, or if you've taken an apartment or something out here with Agoda. I think Airbnb has become illegal in Saigon, but I'm just talking about somebody can expose like the underbelly out here. I would love to see those kind of content, I mean, because if that's not being shown out here in Vietnam, I don't think then there'll be any progress. I don't think that these elements will always be there. It will not be fixed. So it's very critical. I think it's very important. I would love to see some Western expat YouTubers or expat YouTubers doing these, underbelly type videos, documentations, to really show you what's going on, here in Vietnam, let's say Saigon or whatever, or, like a person of color walking around the streets in Ho Chi Minh, and, Vietnamese people coughing around him, or, like, I would love to see all those kind of things, because that actually exposes the reality, It's not only about, shooting those Hollywood style movies, like Things to Do in Vietnam, or that chick who couldn't make it in America. She came back to Vietnam and started her YouTube career out here, and now does some YouTube course. I'm not naming any YouTubers firstly, right? But I think they have all gained all their benefits, gained all their benefits by sugarcoating Vietnam in a very different way, which is not true, because the reality on the ground, because my boots are out here in Vietnam on the ground, it's very different. Like, I just walked around Bui Vien Street. Oh my God, it's become so dirty. I used to remember Bui Vien Street used to be a clean street back in 2015, 2016, 2017, but just walking around Bui Vien Street, Pham Mu Lao, it's become like garbage, like trash everywhere, and it's just a lot of scams, a lot of haggling. You can't be at peace. People are always haggling around. So yeah, I mean, definitely it would need to, I would love to see, places like Pham Mu Lao, Bui Vien Street, or, clean up District 1 a bit more, like it's become really a bit trashy, So yeah, I would love to see a few expat YouTubers making these kind of underbelly videos, like what's really going on the underbelly out here, over here in Saigon, the reality, or getting a spy cam and just walking around or whatever, exposing, I don't get to see that much a lot here on YouTube, but that would be great to check out. I mean, I would have huge respect for that kind of YouTuber. I mean, I'm not a tourist. I've been living out here for so many years. Coming to Vietnam as a tourist, definitely you should. It's a beautiful country, a lot of things to explore, but also you got to ask yourself this question, that why many tourists don't return back to Vietnam, why there is a very low retention rate. And I think it's becoming a bit more worse. Why is Thailand winning the game? Why is Thailand having that gold trophy, right? So unless and until these things are all sorted out, I mean, definitely I would like to see all these things fixed up out here in Vietnam within the next 5 years, where Indians, a lot of Indian tourists or expats, they don't face any friction out here in Vietnam, even if, or a person of color, they're treated fairly. Or even in the dating game, like Vietnamese, still I see a lot of Vietnamese girls, they have that mindset, like, oh, like he's Indian, or he's a dark brown skin guy or whatever. I've seen, like some of these Vietnamese girls, they look at me with shit face, and of course exposing all this, like, and I don't see a lot of Indian tourists out here in Saigon. I mean, where do they all go? I mean, are they in Hanoi, Halong Bay? I don't know, but yeah, you know what I mean, what I'm trying to say out here. And I honestly don't care if my channel gets a lot of views, or I don't make content in my channel to gain subscribers. The main aim for my channel is to give you straight up no BS content. Whether you like it or you don't like it, I don't like to sugarcoat anything. I'm not being sponsored by any travel agencies out here in Vietnam. I'm not sponsored by any organizations out here in Vietnam who will say, okay, Sujoy, you need to make these kind of contents for the month of April, and we're gonna make sure that you'll get a lot of views, you'll get a lot of subscribers. I don't know, are they going to be bots? I don't buy bots. I don't buy viewers. I don't buy subscribers for growing my YouTube channel. I make it very simple. Like, you don't like the content, it's all right, perfect by me. But I want to deliver value content to you. I want to give you the reality in Southeast Asia. And of course, yeah, I am a controversial YouTuber, expat YouTuber. A lot of people don't like my content because they know that I'm scratching their ass, and they don't like it. They want Vietnam, they want Vietnam to be as it is, which I don't think is the right way to move forward. So you let me know down in the comment section below, like, would you like to watch certain expat YouTubers making these underbelly documentaries out here, or even short, like maybe even a 10-minute video or a 20-minute video underbelly out here in Saigon, exposing the reality. I'm not talking about political stuff. I'm talking about the things which really bother most expat tourists and certain expat tourists. Would you love to see all that kind of content, and any suggestions you can provide? If you like watching this video, make sure to like my video and all the good stuff. If you found my video to be informational, you can always buy me a coffee. The link is down in the description below. With that being said, you guys have a great day. This was me, Sujoy. Peace out.